Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my first impression of the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I've heard this is a lot of people's favorite foundation or just a go-to foundation, and matte and poreless sounds pretty good to me. I just did a couple of swatches because I picked up two colors because I didn't really know which was going to be mine. And I got 120 Classic Ivory, which is supposed to be yellow based, and also 220 Natural Beige, which is also supposed to be yellow based. And just from the swatches, it looks like I'm gonna be kind of in between because I'm sort of in that in between tan and really pale stage. So I think 220 would probably fit me really well when I have a full fresh tan on, but we're just gonna do a little experiment. I think this foundation was around $20 in Australia. I bought mine from Priceline, I think, but you can buy it pretty much anywhere, like Woolworths, Coles, anywhere that sells Maybelline, Target, Kmart, all of that stuff. And yes, $20 in Australia is fairly reasonable for a foundation. So there you go. I'm just gonna tie my hair back and let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to be starting off with a primer. I did just get the Becca backlight priming filter in the mail today and I really wanted to use it, but I thought I better not because I've never used it and I don't know how that will affect the foundation, and seeing as I've never used the foundation before, it's probably best I just stick with one I know. So I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Hydrating Primer today. Okay, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a shakeroo. I'm gonna put equal parts of both on my face, so I'm gonna start with 120. Just gonna sort of like, maybe I'll put this one more on the inside of my face and see how we go. 120 is such an awesome color. Like if I had a little bit more fake tan on, I think I could put this one all over my face, but I'm just gonna mix it and I'll have to blend it down my neck. I've still got a bit of tan on, but it always fades off my face and my neck first, so they always look really pale, but the rest of my body still has a decent amount of color to it. So I'm gonna buff this first with my Morphe M439 and we'll see how that goes. Oh, it blends really easily, like really easily. I've been wearing the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation all week pretty much, and that is a lot harder to blend. I do have a first impression of that as well, so I'll link that below for you guys if you want to check that out. But this one blends so easily compared to it. It's kind of nice actually. I would say straight off the bat that's given me a pretty medium coverage. It's not full, but it is really nice. You know what? I actually think that the darkest color I probably could get away with because it blends so beautifully. It's not like one of those super full coverage foundations where you need to get the color 100% dead on. It's not like that. It's blending really nicely over my nose too, which is usually my problem area when I put foundation on. It doesn't always blend the nicest over my nose. So far so good. I'm loving how it's making my skin look. I think I will add a little bit more on certain areas just so we can see how buildable it is, and also because I want a little bit more coverage on certain areas. Okay, so that's with one layer, the first layer, and honestly this looks gorgeous. If I was doing a more natural everyday look, this I would be super happy with how it looks right now. But after I film my first impression, or during my first impression I suppose, I'm going to be filming a really intense makeup look, which you'll see at the end of this video anyway. So I want my skin to be a little bit more flawless, and I also want to see how well it builds for you guys. So I might zoom you guys in a little bit now and we can see how it looks close up. So I don't know if you can tell, but it really is quite a skin-like finish. It's not dewy. It's not like, it is definitely matte, but it's a nice natural kind of a matte finish. It's definitely not as matte as the Marc Jacobs foundation where it kind of just looks really full on and flat on the face. It still has a little bit of dimension to it, which I'm really happy about. This is a really beautiful finish, one of my favorites. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna use the 220 shade because I think it's a really nice tone. And I'm gonna add a little on my cheeks where I have a bit of kind of redness and things I wanna cover, a little bit up here. I would like to avoid putting concealer on my face today if possible. And I'll buff that in. Okay, so with that second layer, it definitely has a lot more coverage and I'm really happy with how the skin is looking. I don't feel the need to add concealer over redness or any little spots I have. The only place I will be adding concealer is under my eyes and probably just to highlight a little bit, but in terms of coverage, I don't feel like I need any more than what this foundation has provided. So far I'm really happy with the finish of it and all of that, and the color's pretty good too. It doesn't say it has any SPF. Usually that's like one of the first things they advertise, so I can't see it written on the bottle here, so I'm gonna go with there is no SPF. There's no noticeable flashback that I could see. I even took a couple on my iPhone just to make sure, and no flashback, so you're all good to go for pictures. Time now is almost 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna go and do the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back afterwards and check in with you guys and let you know how all the things applied over the top of it, and I'll talk to you guys then. Hey guys, so this is my first check-in. I just finished filming this makeup look and I am really impressed with the foundation so far. It hasn't gone weird or cakey, it hasn't sunk into any of my fine lines, it hasn't gone oily or didn't cling on to patches of my face when I was applying bronzer. It's gorgeous. So far, I mean, what's the time? It's like 4 o'clock, so this took me like 2 hours to film. Yeah, really liking the foundation so far. I realized that I didn't tell you guys a whole lot about what this foundation claims, so let me just look that up really quickly. This is straight from the Maybelline website. It says, Fit Me Matte and Poreless goes beyond skin tone matching to fit the unique textures of normal to oily skin for the ultimate natural skin fit. While some foundations can exaggerate pores and oily skin, only our pore minimizing foundation contains our genius blurring micro powders that erase pores and absorb oil for a naturally matte and poreless looking finish. Why you'll love it, blotting micro powders absorbs oil for a matte finish, lightweight blur technology erases pores for an airbrush look. The best results, apply evenly to face and blend with fingers or sponge. Well, I used a brush and it turned out beautifully. I definitely think it feels very lightweight. It's definitely matte, but it's also not that really flat, cakey kind of matte finish. It does give your face a little bit of dimension and I have nothing but good things to say about it so far. So I guess I'll check in with you guys in another couple of hours. I'm actually going out to dinner tonight, so I'll be rocking my purple eyes at dinner and YOLO, right? I'll check in with you guys before I leave and I'll check in again obviously when I get home, etc, and yeah. Hey guys, this is gonna have to be my last check-in unfortunately because my memory card is pretty much full and my other one is not working today, so this is gonna have to be it. So far the foundation is beautiful. I have nothing bad to say about it honestly, so I feel like this is a bit of a boring first impressions anyway. It stayed on really well, I'm not oiling up anywhere, and any of the shine on my face is really just from the highlight I put there, so yeah, I'm in love. If anything changes from between now and when I get back from dinner, I'll just write it in the description box below, and I'm really sorry about cutting this video short, but I hope you still found it informative and helpful. So without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!